Stan, you ever notice Maddle's up at 7:30 a.m. actually being productive?
Yeah. While we're still deciding if eating gummy bears is a mindfulness practice.
But seriously, man, Kindness Rising isn't just a show. It's a full wake-up vibe.
Yeah, man, it's got real get-after-it energy.
So don't hit snooze, people.
Wake up with Kindness Rising, and as always, stay uncommon, stay kind.
Ever snapped a guitar string right in the middle of a song? Life works the same way. Sometimes things break, and suddenly we're out of tune. But the music doesn't stop. Today we're talking about how broken strings can teach us all to play a little harmony. Looks like we're having some trouble in one of our feeds here. Got me a little distracted, but we are back. We are here. Good morning, and welcome into the Stan. I'm Matthew Ruth, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and welcome to Calder Rising's Lifestyle Tuesday. This week is a little special. We're calling it our 6 Strings Week. The 6 strings are 6 essentials to keep life in tune: kindness, balance, action, curiosity, self-awareness, and growth. And today, through music, we're exploring how even broken strings can teach us to live better. Welcome to the Fox Den. Welcome to Kindness Rising. All right. Geez, we got some few little things here. All right, we are back. Good morning. Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. This is Kindness Rising. And at Kindness Rising, everything we do connects back to 6 essentials. Kindness, because how we treat others matters. Balance, because a life out of tune doesn't sing. Action, because good intentions need motion. Curiosity, because questions open new doors. And self-awareness, because growth starts with honesty, and growth itself, because every day is another chance to learn. I wish I had a tissue. Excuse me. Think of those 6 things like the guitar strings, of course. Each has its own sound, but together they make a harmony. And when one breaks, the others can still carry a tune.
Still playing that thing with a broken string?
6 strings are overrated. I am all about charisma.
Yeah, but you're out of tune and out of charisma. Well, now you've only got 4.
Perfect. Less strings, less work, more profit.
Stan, you barely know how to tune one.
Music is a mirror for life. When we take action, whether we're strumming a chord, painting a canvas, or speaking up, you're bound to make mistakes. And that's the risk of playing it all. But if you pair that action with a little self-awareness, you learn from the flops instead of just repeating them. Broken strings don't end music. They invite improvisation. And when you bring kindness, balance, and forgiveness to your mix, you free yourself up to create without fear. All right. Let me tell you, there is nothing like performing live that puts the 6 strings in perspective. When the stage lights are on and the crowd is out there, there's nowhere to hide. Your ability to improvise and overcome becomes a safety net because it's a guarantee that anything can happen and will happen here on stage. A few years back, I had a chance to put my strings to the test. I actually started off as a joke. I think I talked about it before, but it started off as a joking threat to my child that I'm going to audition for the same type of performance, the same community performance that they were in. To a dare, and that turned into me performing on stage in a community performance, singing in front of a crowd on the stage production of Pinocchio. Weird. Was cast as the cruel coachman. I know, totally creepy. The dude who turned the little boys into donkeys and lured them to Pleasure Island. Weird. In my big scene, I had a perfectly well-written and really practiced line to lure the kids into the coach, and I won't repeat it right now, but the time came in one of those performances to deliver that line, and my mind went completely blank. I was like frozen on stage, no idea what to say, so I just blurted, "Hey boys, the coach is over there." Like, random line. The other actors played along and we pulled it off. And backstage, we laughed so hard at that flub. Secretly, I was worried that the audience was aware and it was going to be this huge problem. But here's the thing: none but me, the other actors, and the directors even really knew that I dropped the line. And that's the moral. Most times, our flubs and foibles are right up here. They're in our head. The rest of the world isn't paying that close attention and doesn't know the script anyway. The experience gave me the courage for future performances, including going live here every day, where I certainly make mistakes, but being kind and forgiving to myself and being kind to ourselves gives us the freedom to show up authentically and play through those broken strings and missed lines so that the performance can continue to inspire our audience. And that's the takeaway for today. Play through the broken strings. All right. Thank you again for coming here. My name is Matthew Roof. I am the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and I always try to give you a little something to take away based on our theme for the day. So here are the 3 lessons from Broken Strings. Don't quit when it breaks. Improvise with what you have. When something isn't working right, you just go with the flow. Just be calm and go with the flow with yourself. Pause, reflect, and retune. That's our second lesson. Mistakes are invitations for self-awareness. We all spend a lot of time in our heads replaying things and all of, I wish I could have said or done this, that, or the other. It's okay to replay them, but look for the lesson. Always start with that. What can I learn? How can I grow from this experience? The last is forgiveness. Forgive yourself and keep playing. I made a mistake today. I won't make the same mistake tomorrow. Maybe I will make it tomorrow. Maybe it takes a few times to learn the lesson, but self-kindness keeps that music alive and will let your performance continue to grow. All right, let's check into the comments. Haven't been over here today yet. It is a good morning here in the Fox Den. I am here at Kindness Rising. I'm Matthew Roof, and we are building the best community that gets up at 7:30 a.m. Eastern and gets after it. Lady Drew, welcome back. We missed you yesterday. Yeah, I'm glad you're here and glad you're back. Keith Richards plays 5 strings on his guitar. I did not know that. How did I not know that? Okay, seems like something I should have known. Thank you, Be Driven, for that piece of information. We're all learning. Music is overriding the mic for some. Okay, I will definitely turn the music down. Thank you. I appreciate your production notes. Of course, I will turn the music down. My ride is breaking up. Uh-oh. Does that mean we're having problems still with the sound? Let me know. There's some strings causing static. My mother is saying, all right. So guess what? We get up and we get after it and we try to fight through these things. Let me see what I can do about that. I'd appreciate the notes. I wish I had been checking out the comments earlier. Anyone hear me okay now? Testing. All right. We're having fun here. You never know. We're improvising, right? That's what we do here on Kindness Rising. Danny Maldonado, I see you. I hope you're still sticking around. I am so glad you are here. I know you have a show. Danny is a great guy. If you guys have a chance to check out Danny Maldonado's page, he's got an awesome show that he does. and he's on LinkedIn. He's going to help you with some of your personal branding stuff too. He helped me at an early stage, seems like a long time ago. It was like 6 months ago or so. Danny and I got together and he gave me some great pointers, and I really appreciate him very much. Thanks, Danny, for sticking around. He's over in the horizontal. Mike Sullivan, I hear you okay. Thanks, buddy. I'm glad you hear me okay. I'm hearing that the music maybe that was interfering. But anyway, so I won't play any more music throughout the show. It's one of my favorite parts of the show. I'll miss it, but we'll figure out the technicalities later. But we always here on Kindness Rising, get up and get after it with our discussion of organizations that are doing good out there in the world. We are here to spread kindness, and one of the ways we do that is by spotlighting the organizations that are out there doing good work for good people in our world. And I'm going to start with some ones about entertainment today. Two organizations that are proving that music is more than entertainment. It can actually be a lifeline. First, we're going to talk about Music Will. I don't know if you guys have heard of this organization. They used to be known as Little Kids Rock, sort of like School of Rock, but even better. They put guitars, drums, and keyboards in the hands of over 1 million children, 1 million in the United States, many of them in underfunded schools. What's powerful is that they don't just hand over the instruments. They're building confidence. They teach kids that missed notes aren't mistakes, they're part of learning. Music Will reminds us that creativity and kindness are skills we can practice, and that every child deserves a chance to find their sound. Check out Music Will. They're a really cool organizations. They do some awesome shows. They have connections with tons of artists in the world, and they're doing cool little shows. If you check them out online, they've got one-off performances from some really cool artists. They give out awards. They have great videos of those artists going into schools and surprising the heck out of kids. It's really, really cool and inspiring. So check out Music Will. And then there's the VH1 Save the Music Foundation. Since the late 90s, they've restored and expanded music education in hundreds of schools nationwide. Their mission is simple but profound. No kid should have to grow up without music class. I believe that deeply in my heart. I'm pretty sure most of you guys out there in Kindness Rising Land understand the vitality of music and arts education in our school. They're threatened. Budgets are threatened. It's tough. If you have a chance to support your schools with instruments, go to their performances, support the kids, do whatever you can to keep those arts and music courses and education available to our children. Oh man, my nose is going. So over here at Shenango Valley School District, which is probably nothing to anyone but me, except we love our school here. We actually have something called Bottles for Bach, and Bach stands for Band and Chorus, BACH, and we support that. We give all our cans and bottles to Bach. You can find creative ways to support your education in your schools, music and arts education. It is vital to our community. It gives kids a lifeline. I know kids, including my own, who found tremendous support in the arts and education community, because not every kid is an athlete, not every kid is an academician, but they all have something to offer. And that group that my kid, I know, hung out with, got to be friends with, persevered and performed with, and put on show after show after show, night after night. They're giving all their heart. They deserve a chance too. So please support music and arts educations in your school. That's the 6 strings in actions. Donate, spread the word, or just show up for a student performance, because every clap, every cheer, every dollar helps keep the music playing. Even though we are not playing music here today, The music washed out your audio. I would make it super quiet. You got this. Thanks, Danny, dude. I appreciate it. You're awesome. I love what you're doing out there. I know you and I haven't been in touch in a while, but trust me, I'm watching, and I know you're watching me too. So I appreciate that so much. Deserves to find thief sound. What a great thought for everyone, maybe even seniors. I don't know what that means, Mom. Roseanne Roof in the horizontal, keeping it real with my buddy Danny and Mike. We've got Lady Drew and Be Driven in the vertical. I know there are others out there. Join our community here at Kindness Rising. We have a great community of people who will support you, who bring information every day, who are out there supporting our programs on the Mornings in the Lab Network, and also in the world, living their lives with kindness and by the six strings philosophies. I appreciate you all. I'm going to try to play another video and let's see if that works for us a little better. What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun?
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get after it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day. Thank you, everyone, for putting up with my little silly videos. I appreciate you. I actually enjoy making them. That's a little bit about what we do here at Kindness Rising and the Mornings in the Lab Network through our EAT program. That stands for experience, expertise, authenticity, trust, and entertainment. The 5-ingredient recipe that can help you build a personal brand when you go live with the Mornings in the Lab Network. And broken strings are moments for branding gold for you. Experience, show your bloopers, not just the polished clips. I'm making bloopers all the time. I'm including them in my videos. It's just what happens because that's called growth. Expertise, you know what to do when something goes wrong. You can teach others how to recover when things go wrong. We all need to hear these messages in our lives. You can do it. You have expertise in your life, stories to share, and important messages to deliver. So you can do that with your expertise. Authenticity, we own our mistakes. We don't hide them when we break our strings, right? We just say, made a mistake, moving on. Just move on. Trust, that lets people see you, letting people see you retune. I've made a lot of changes in just 52 of these programs. You've watched me retune, add things. I appreciate those who've come and stayed for as long as you have. Keep coming back. I appreciate you. Love to have you. So keep watching me retune. I promise you, I'm never going to stop evolving, doing new things, trying new stuff, because that's what this world is all about. And that's how you build trust. And lastly, entertainment. Sometimes the recovery is more fun than the performance. Trust me, that story about the coaches over there, my kid and I, that was, I think it was like 8 years ago now. Gosh, time flies. We still mention that line. It's just part of the laughter of our lives and part of the routine. So I appreciate you. Just remember, the recovery sometimes can be more fun than the performance. My favorite jam bands like the Grateful Dead and Fish and String Cheese Incident, they know this. A wrong tune turns into a new riff and the crowd loves it. Sometimes they go off, whoops, I went there. All right, we're going there. Your audience doesn't need perfect. They need you in the moment. Oh my God. My nasal situation. There's a blooper for you.
Who needs 6 strings when you've got personality?
You've got neither, dude. See? Now it's lighter, easier to carry.
At this rate, by Friday, you'll be playing air guitar.
Strings all over the place, Stan. He's trying to learn that guitar, but I think he's persevering pretty well despite his broken strings. All right. Like I said before, I'm saying it again. We always try to give you some things to take away with here on Kindness Rising. We talked about the 3 lessons from broken strings. Now, once you get your strings back on the neck, maybe you want to make sure they're in tune. And here's how to tune your 6 strings this week. Kindness. Be gentle with yourself when you mess up. You're going to make mistakes. I made a mistake. Move on. Fix it. It's not that big of a deal. It's usually in your head, that mistake. Sure, we all make whoppers too sometimes, and that takes a little bit more perseverance, but keep going. Balance. Don't pour all your energy into one string. Spread it out. Heather and I were just talking about this last night, about balance. We talk about it all the time here because we're always trying to figure out what's the right balance between work and play, between kids, between ourselves, between life, how to spend money, all those things that we have to find in balance. Just make sure that you're not spending too much time playing only one string. That is a boring song. Action. Take the stage. Even if you're not ready. There are some days I show up here and I did not have the time because I was balancing other things to prepare for the show, but I take the stage anyway. And I learn and I grow through it. It's my commitment. I commit to being here every day, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to get you up with hope, humanity, and heart. And I appreciate that you do. Thank you so much. Next is curiosity. That's one of our 6 strings. And you want to ask what that mistake can teach you. That's part of the being curious, right? Just being open to new things. Well, where could I take this? I made this mistake. I went left instead of right. What did I find? Whatever the case may be, look for what you can learn and how you can grow through those mistakes. Self-awareness, it's all connected, right? It starts with being able to pause, get out of your head a little bit and say, all right, what are the patterns is this part of a pattern? Is this mistake part of a pattern, or is it just a one-off? What were the factors? Notice those patterns, notice the patterns within yourself and retune them. And lastly, growth. We always grow from all of our time, from all of our mistakes. Growth lets flops become tomorrow's harmony. Sometimes a little mistake can become an entire song. I could tell you a story, which is personal to me, but may not mean anything, except there's a band that I love called Widespread Panic. They're hanging on my wall over there. I was at a show back in the 90s, and they started going off on this little jam. I think they were just following each other around, and it became one of their hits. That song that was just a jam, it was just happening, became the song Little Lily. That is a pretty popular song of theirs amongst those of us who follow the band. I saw it played live for the first time. It was just a jam that came out of nowhere and became one of their songs. That's how today's flops can become tomorrow's harmony. We're having fun. Usually I'm listening to music, but I'm still dancing anyway, even though there's no music. The music's in my head. Here's the truth. It's a noisy world. You can actually rise above not having talent, just like I do, every day by showing up. And when you show up with rhythm, with kindness, with authenticity, that's when the world leans in. Reach out to me. I'm Matt Ruth, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I can help you go live here on YouTube or LinkedIn. We all have experience. We all have expertise. We can all bring our authentic selves, build trust, and even entertain. All right, so could you hear that music? That was recorded on the video. I'm curious how the sound is on the recorded videos. Give me some feedback. It helps me to learn and grow and make sure the show is better for the next time. Your kindness call. One thing we can do. We always move from thought to action here on Kindness Rising. I love talking about these concepts, but here's the one thing. Find your broken string moment this week. Something's going to snap for sure. Hopefully it's not you. Don't quit. Improvise. Play with what you've got and share your story. That's how you turn breakdowns into breakthroughs. So thank you. Get out there, find your broken string moment, and don't forget to improvise. It's going to be okay. Probably most people aren't going to notice anyway. Okay? All right. So when a string snaps, it's easy to quit, right? Sometimes we just quit. People quit. I've quit stuff probably too soon. But if you want to play on, you've got to restring and retune and get back at it. And that's discipline. It's not about perfection. It's about the daily practice of showing up, adjusting, and staying with it until the music returns. Keith Billis at Keith, John, and Friends Mornings in the Lab are coming up right now at 8 o'clock. He's up next, and one of his main topics today will be building discipline. He'll show us how steady habits can turn even the broken moments into progress. They're having a lot of fun. Get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends right here on YouTube or LinkedIn, wherever you are listening, watching today. They're having a lot of fun over there, bringing some amazing video, technology, integration, real conversation with heart, good people doing good stuff over there, trying to help you get up and get at it every day and not hit that snooze button. All right. Well, I got one other last story for you before we go. We got a couple minutes left. I was looking around at stories about broken strings and maybe people that we know. Yesterday, someone, I think it might have been B Drive or maybe Hellroyd, I apologize that I forgot who, asked for stories, more stories of people, stories of common people. I'm going to work on common people. This guy wasn't so common. He was one of the most well-known images in the world, absolutely iconic. Died way too young, an amazing artist. His name, Jimi Hendrix. Those of you who know or remember Hendrix, trust me, he died before I was born, but he's still a legend, right? You know his story. And before he became that legend, he had some pretty rough gigs. That's the thing about success, is that they don't see you struggling through. They go, wow, where'd this guy come from? Out of nowhere. No, not out of nowhere, out of years and years of building and making mistakes and having all kinds of problems. Early in his career, Jimi Hendrix was billed to open for the Monkees. The Monkees. And I bet you can guess what happened. He was booed off stage, dismissed by people. They didn't understand, but he kept playing and experimenting. His wrong crowd moment was a broken string of sorts. Expectations didn't really match reality, but instead of quitting, he tuned himself, refined his sound, changed his style, and became one of the most influential guitarists ever. You never know that moment that's going to happen. It happened to Hendrix. That's today's program. I appreciate all of you for coming out. I'm Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. Join me here, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, weekdays. A broken string doesn't silence the music. It changes the song. And the six strings work the same way. When one feels stretched, the others keep us in harmony. Life isn't about playing perfectly. It's about staying tuned. So this week, whatever snaps, don't stop. Tune up, play on, And remember, as always, stay uncommon and stay kind.